Ideas Inspired Information Podcast powered by Loke Enterprise. Here's your host, Brandon Holly.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another week episode of your Friday Fitness Fix. Here with you, Trainer Joe.
What's up, y'all? Another day, another dollar.
DJ, it's got a little chilly outside, man.
Yeah. Too chilly.
Last week we sat outside. This week we don't even want to sit inside.
I like the aesthetic, but still a questionable idea to say the least.
Yeah, exactly.
So we obviously not doing that today. It's like 30 degrees outside.
Yeah, it's not what we want.
I would have not have come over here, Bryce.
That is.
You talking about, let's record outside.
that's not our fix.
No.
But what's on the plate for today?
So on the plate, we are talking about. In the past, we talked about pain and kind of like how to address that pain when it's abnormal, meaning like not relating to exercise in a good way, like muscle soreness.
Yep.
So we're actually going to talk about how to cope or deal with that muscle soreness or pain that you feel after exercises, during exercises, whatever, so that you can keep pushing and be the best you can be.
The best you can be.
That's it.
That's the only way to be.
I mean, hey, we both some military brats, so that's all we know.
Yeah, I mean, even if we sore, we gotta get up and go get it.
You better. That grass still gotta be cut.
That grass has to be cut. They don't care what kind of terrain you live on. And
and you know what's funny? Because when you start living with someone in the military, it starts to rub off on you, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Friday we play football together. Friday nights, I come home. They'll give me a pass on cleaning the dishes that night. We play the football game. But I always used to remember my stepmom saying, "Are you hurt or are you injured?" You know what I'm saying? Well, why you ain't cleaning the dishes? Why you ain't washing the dishes? I'm like, man, she got that shit from my daddy.
Ain't nothing changed.
Yeah, exactly.
We gotta get right to it. Shoot, let's hop in and go ahead first.
Alright, so like we were saying, we're talking about pain, how to manage the pain, how to maintenance your body when it comes to that pain. But first I kind of want to explain to you what happens and why that is. We're going to get into a little science aspect, so bear with me. I'll try to be quick.
The good old science.
Muscles. So, I'm sorry. Our body. Our body has a few different ways on how to create energy. One is when it has oxygen present. Another is when oxygen is not present. Anaerobic, aerobic. In those processes, it's not like one just happens, another one just, there's no switch that comes on. It's like over time, your muscles fatigue, you start to use your oxygen stores that you have in your blood, so you have to switch over to your anaerobic, I want to say anaerobic phosphorylation, but I don't think phosphorylation is the right word. But your anaerobic process is into making energy, right? So with that process of making energy without oxygen, you have a byproduct. That byproduct is lactic acid. We know what lactic acid is, right?
Yep.
So a lot of people think lactic acid is actually what makes you hurt, which in some cases it does, but it's more so of tiny little microscopic tears and quote-unquote injuries that happen to your muscles, in which why is one of the reasons why you have to break them down. Those little tears, you break down the muscles to build them back up, which is why we need that protein, like last episode.
Yep.
So that muscle synthesis, growth, and all that great stuff. So anaerobic stuff, lactic acid, that's one reason why you're feeling the soreness, the pain, and also lactic acid is out of your system within 24 48 hours of your workout. It does not just sit around. When you're sore and you're rubbing your muscles 2 to 3, 4 days later, there's not lactic acid floating around. It's just repairing. You know what I mean? It takes time to repair, so it's going to hurt for a little while. Another big reason why you may be hurting through some sort of workout routine or regimen is we have these things called trigger points that pop up in our muscles. Essentially just means your muscles start to knot up. So the way our muscles work, we lengthen, we contract, we lengthen to contract to pick stuff up. So bicep muscle is in a lengthened state right now. If I do it here, it's in the shortened state, which means it's not contracting now, but if I flex here, I'm contracted. So it's a shortened state, lengthened state, and then contract out. So with that constant shortening and lengthening, sometimes your muscles get knotted up. They don't move as well, especially if you're not stretching like you're supposed to. I'm a culprit. So you get these trigger points, that little knots and really annoying points that can be kind of rubbed out if, need be. So we'll start with all that and a little bit of science to kind of give you a reason on why you need to do this stuff and how to kind of identify the difference between good pain and bad pain when it comes to exercise.
That's a good point, and I got a question about that. So you got to work out in order to be sore, and if you're sore and hurting, that means you're working out and you're doing something right or wrong. But how do you know the right pain from the wrong pain?
Okay, so just give me a general exercise.
Okay. Let's go with squats.
Squats.
You're doing squats, and I know there are variations of squats that target different parts of your lower body, from your quads and your glutes and your triceps.
Exactly. It's as simple as turning your feet out to the advanced medialis versus lateralis. Stuff like that. But just a regular squat. Let's say my squat form is just terrible, horrible, and I am I have an excessive flexion in my lower back, which means I'm like this, or forward bending with my squat, way too much. Most likely that means I have something else going on in my body that I need to address so that can be alleviated, right?
Right.
But if I don't know how to squat properly, I'm not going to think about that. I'm just going to think like I'm doing it the right way. This is just how it looks, right? So over time, whatever was causing my excessive low back flexion is going to get worse. And since my low back has a load on it and an unnecessary angle or a kind of undesirable angle, that's going to start bothering you.
That extra pressure.
Exactly. So it's tough to do a workout and then feel some sort of pain and be like, that ain't right. You know what I mean? Because it's going to generally feel the same way.
In the same kind of area too.
Yeah, depending on, of course, if you have like shooting pain, that might be like nerve damage or something. Or if you have like radiating stuff, that may not be
that exercise
muscle sore. Exactly. So it's more so of knowing how to do the exercise and knowing your body. You know what I mean? So we all know what muscle soreness feels like. But if that muscle soreness turns into an achy, deep pain, there's probably something we didn't do right. And it's not,
especially
it doesn't happen overnight either.
A week or two later.
Exactly.
We shouldn't be
definitely
feeling that anymore.
Right. So yeah, it doesn't happen overnight. So you do these squats for 2 years before you realize I'm not doing this shit right. You know what I mean? It's gonna take 2 more years to fix whatever you just did. You know what I mean? I don't know where I was going next.
I'm sorry.
It's all good. That's why I got notes. So we know what happens to our muscles during exercise and what causes that pain. But how do we kind of alleviate that? Because there's really no fixing it, because exercise is exercise. You're literally tearing up your muscles to build them back stronger. So there is going to be some element of pain that you just got to deal with. But if it's just like unbearable, okay, let me say this. My point in making this the topic for the day is more how to keep you going in your workout regimen and how to get you in the gym and keep you in the gym rather than just fixing your pain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's a couple of different apparatuses or things that I use personally to help get me through the day, get me to where I want to be as far as do I feel good enough to actually do my exercise before I even start it. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I have a few different things to show you guys, and I'll just kind of explain for those who are just listening. So how do you cope or decrease pain when it comes to exercise? I want to start with my favorite one. This here is a Theracane. For y'all that can't see, it looks like a big candy cane with like some weird obstructions on the end. And you're looking at this like, how the hell is this going to help me fix my pain, right? Well, like those trigger points I was telling you about, you can use these little nodes and nodules and whatever you call them to rub them out. So my trapezoids, my shoulder / back muscles back here are knotted up. Like
This is a really cool machine that I think I've seen before, but never knew.
Oh, so
what it was for.
The brand is TheraBand.
I think I saw it on there. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, TheraBand.
Theracane.
Yeah, it's called a Theracane,
That's
but
cool.
they make a TheraBand. So
Yeah,
you got TheraBands, you got Thera
So
Flex
it's a company
bars.
just Thera.
Basically, yeah.
The Thera company. THERA.
Short for therapeutic.
Oh, that makes sense.
So you use this Theracane to, let's say I'm trying to get my traps here, and yep, there's a trigger point right there, right above my superior angle, or right on my superior angle, my scapula. There's a trigger point. So what I'm going to do is find my trigger point and press down into it, maybe about 30 seconds, and hold it, move it around, rub it. Ooh, that hurts. And release. And when I release, that muscle is going to release, and it's going to kind of feel better. You got more blood flow going in there. You got more oxygen coming from that blood flow. You know what I'm saying? So think of blood as healing. I'm a big Avatar fan. My girl Katara, the waterbender, she is a healer waterbender. So think of blood like that. You know what I'm saying? Your blood, you can't heal without blood, which is why your meniscus and stuff like that, when you hurt your knees, it takes a while because there's not a whole lot of blood flow.
He knows about the meniscus, y'all. He really knows.
Yeah, I do. That's for another episode. Yeah, blood flow, blood is good, blood is nutrients, blood is healing. So that's the Theracane. It's good. You can use it on any part of your body, your back, your neck, your shoulders, your chest, anything, whatever. You just got to know what you're doing, and there's all kind of videos and stuff online. And I'm going to do a little series with this thing too. So if y'all want to check me out, I'll have some stuff soon. Next, foam roller. These, well, we can do these together. These are the last two things: foam roller and a regular roller. I don't actually exactly know what to call that. We just call it a roller, and this is a foam roller.
A hand roller.
Hand roller, my boy. Hand roller. There you go.
I know it. I know
So,
something now.
Okay, I'll put it like this. A foam roller is more for like when you're by yourself and you know you don't really have anybody to help. These here are more so for your significant other, or if you have a friend that wants to help you out and manually roll you while you, like maybe you got an IT band that need to be rolled out or something like that. They can put a lot more pressure on there than you probably would be able to. So this is what they look like. Foam roller, of course, there's a whole bunch of different types, a whole bunch of different types and companies that make these. But what they're for, there's a concept called SMR, which stands for self-myofascial release. Your muscles are, so let's say my three fingers here are muscle fibers. They are then encased in more muscle, and that makes a muscle spindle, and then they are then encased in more muscle, which makes another word that I can't remember right now. And then on top of that you have fascia, muscle fascia. It's thin. When you're cooking chicken and you see that thin, shiny looking rainbowish color type stuff, that's fascia, muscle fascia. And that kind of keeps everything in control and together, and your muscles in a nice little package. sometimes that stuff can get knotted up too and real crazy looking, and you gotta roll it out. So self-myofascial release, you're gonna help roll that stuff out so it feels better. You'll maybe even open up your lymph system to flush out that lactic acid that I was talking about earlier. Lymph system is basically just all the fluids that aren't blood that get flushed out of your body through various orifices.
Cool.
So yeah, in a nutshell, that's how you take care of your body. Just make sure you really do your research before you try to use any of this stuff, because you can hurt yourself if you don't do it the right way. Especially when it comes to anything, like when it comes to your neck, your low back, your knees, any major joints, just be careful. But yeah, that's it, y'all.
Well, DJ, again, I've learned something new.
True.
Thank you.
That is the point. These are very inexpensive too, y'all. So I think I spent like $20 on my foam roller. I use it every day. I spent $5 on my hand roller. When I can get my girlfriend to use it for me, she uses it too. But usually I use it every day also. The Theracane, that's not really, it's my favorite, but I don't use it every day. I work with therapists, so they help me out too. So I haven't had to use it usually for a while.
Well, make sure you get something to roll those muscles and those joints.
That's right.
Just roll you out, or at least release muscle pressure. DJ, I got a surprise for you.
What's that?
Well, I guess it's not a surprise. I hadn't told DJ yet, guys. So we have one more episode for season 1.
Okay.
And then we're going to have a little first season hiatus. We'll be back to you live and direct in March.
Okay.
We're going to build it up. It's going to be better. It's going to be better.
I feel like that gives us a chance to make a whole bunch of episodes and just have them ready to go.
That also is in the plan.
Because, I ain't going to lie to y'all, our biggest thing has been like, alright, we're going to do this day. Damn, I got to do this, man.
Yeah.
Alright, we're going to do this day. Damn, I got to do this. So we really need to build up so we can have some consistent content for y'all. Because, consistency ain't nothing but the key to change.
Consistency is the key to change.
It is.
While we are in our hiatus of season 1, we will have some other episodes coming to you, and content on the Instagram more consistently. The Facebook page will be up soon. It'll be connected to the Instagram, of course, and maybe we might even have a website or something for you. So be sure to keep an eye out for ideas, inspired information.
Sure enough.
DJ, you got anything else for us today?
Yeah, while I was sitting here, I was actually thinking, I was talking about muscles and stuff and didn't mention stretching at all. Stretch, y'all.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't want to spend any money at all on any of this stuff, that's completely fine. Stretch.
If you're doing legs, stretch legs, but make sure you stretch your upper body as well. If you're doing upper body, stretch your upper body more. Make sure you stretch your legs as well.
To keep the aches and pains away, stretch every day.
Stretching is the key to muscle releasing.
Stretching is the key to muscle success.
Hey, there we go. I like that.
So, yeah, remember to stretch, y'all. In the morning, maybe some lunch break, middle of the afternoon, and then before you go to bed. Doesn't have to be a super, 30-minute yoga session. Just get your little stretch going, and you just focus on your problem areas, and then go from there.
Make sure you stretch.
That's right.
Trainer Joe said it.
I want to see what it look like in the camera like this.
It's pretty cool.
Hey.
Hey, signing out. See y'all next week.